crypto family and my coin factory family, back once more with another daily live stream. Happy Christmas Eve, everybody. Hopefully you're having a very good time at this festive time of year. In saying that, welcome back to the stream. We have a bit of a different stream for today. The question being asked in the title: should you buy Kaspa? Now, of course, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this financial advice is for educational purposes only, but the whole premise of this stream is to give my 2 cents on the current price action of Kaspa, where it's going to go, and to give people an understanding on my thought process of why Kaspa I still think is going to do very well this cycle. Ultimately, this stemmed from yesterday in my Discord server. Understandably, may I say, but a lot of people yesterday, not even yesterday actually, this morning, for me, the FUD was absolutely crazy. Which again, I get it. Kaspa right now is down 1.05% on the daily time frame, whereas the likes of Bitcoin is up 4.32%, Ethereum's up, XRP's, everything is pretty much up besides XRP right now, which is frustrating. Very frustrating. And it's not a this has seemingly become quite a common reoccurrence for Kaspa right now, so everyone right now is very frustrated. And I get it, I do. I really do. The FUD was growing quite a lot in the community. So I thought that what I'd do is I put it into perspective for everyone who's saying Kaspa's going to miss the cycle. It won't, at least in my belief. I could very well be wrong, but in my belief, Kaspa most definitely will not miss the cycle. We can see right now there's a massive divide. We got, for example, Kaspa Silver here, who highlights that Altcoin Daily, one of the biggest crypto KOL content creators, has made a video recently about the top 21 cryptos under $1 that will explode next year, and he highlighted Kaspa, also using Kaspa Silver thumbnail, which is cool for him. But Altcoin Daily highlights Kaspa being undervalued and has great chance to make some excessive gains in the next year, which I agree with. See once more here in this website, on this page, Kaspa has reached the oversold level on the daily RSI. It's only happened on a number of occasions, very few. The beginning down here, and here, and each time we saw an exponential growth. It's only happened 3 times in the past. It marked the bottom each time, resulting in pumps of on average, over 1,300%. Very big. So therefore, based on that, a similar move would put us at around $1.50 this time. Now, I don't think that's going to happen for Kaspa. I'd love it to happen, but I doubt it. But the point being that every time we've seen us get into the oversold region for the RSI, we start seeing the price go parabolic because it's time to buy. It's being oversold. For me right now, Kaspa's in that zone once more. Again, Kaspa, if the market corrects further, we can see Kaspa very well come down to this zone down here at 10 cents, maybe lower. But right now, Bitcoin seems to have had its short event, as the pro traders in the Discord server were talking about, seeing it go from 97k, we shorted it down here, 5% down to the 92k level of support, and right now we are up quite successfully on the daily time frame for Bitcoin right now, which is very good, and that could be therefore deemed as a very bullish sentiment to see a leg up in the crypto market following more bullish momentum, and that also could be therefore hopefully signaling the bottom for Kaspa. Right now, Kaspa, while it is down 1% on the daily time frame, we can see it is seemingly rebounded on 4 occasions now of this level of support here at around 11.45 cents. So therefore, there's a decent conclusion to be made that Kaspa will not correct below this unless something serious happens. But right now, Kaspa is holding strong here and should start seeing a gradual leg up, especially if Bitcoin starts rallying as well. I think we'll see a leg up. We can see there's a lot of bullish sentiment right now around Kaspa, but equally, there's a hell of a lot of FUD. One example here, which was put in my Discord server, is from Kas GPT, ultimately stating that with the multiple different factors taken into account for Kaspa: mission schedule, hold on for dear life waves, minor metrics, volume overlays, UTXO dynamics, and so on and so forth, the moderate market scenario will be a 25 to 40 cents Kaspa, and the bull run altcoin scenario will be 40 to 70 cents. Now for me, while entirely possible, I still think this is very bearish for Kaspa. I think Kaspa for me still makes $2, and I'll get into a number of reasons why. I want to also cover one thing as well. While the price of Kaspa seems to be in a bit of a stagnant stage right now, when the market seems to be volatile, apparently, and this is also mentioned in my community, and we can see it from Jim here, that apparently there seems to be a lot of exchanges which are, not allowing withdrawals of Kaspa right now. Seem to some form of wallet maintenance. I can't say for sure. Jim here is putting that most of the volume on MEXC in particular. They recently closed withdrawals and deposits for wallet maintenance. But ultimately right now, to my understanding, from what I've heard through the grapevines in my community, they're apparently not being allowed of withdrawals and trade and stuff with Kaspa, which is therefore why we're seeing a lot of stagnant and limited price movement for Kaspa right now. When everything else is pumping, Kaspa's not as a result of that. Exchanges once more keeping the price of Kaspa down. So where do we go from here? Well, we can see right now Kaspa got 209 million 24-hour trading volume, which is pretty good. Just over 3 billion market cap. We can see the market cap chart here on CoinMarketCap right here. So we are currently right here. Why I believe Kaspa will do well this cycle is based on historical data, based on other cryptocurrencies. People will say Kaspa's not going to miss the bull cycle because all the developments are happening late. Yes, you're right. However, let's take a look at some other projects. Solana, for example, currently number 6 on CoinMarketCap. One of the biggest projects in the space right now. At one point in 2022, it was deemed as dead. Completely dead because it came down to, well, if I get the price up here, it came down to, less than $1. Or no, it came down to, about $10 or so. Market cap wise, it came down to 4 or 5 billion market cap, which for Solana is incredibly undervalued, very, very cheap. And since then, it's rallied and made all-time highs, having a new all-time high market cap. But the reason why I highlight this is because let's look at Solana in its first ever cycle, 2021. We saw have a rally in May 2021. 2021, keep in mind, is the bull cycle. So all this part here, December 20, when many other projects were rallying, Solana did nothing. Then it rallied up in 2021 during the bull cycle to around a $1.9 billion market cap before correcting down. It didn't start pumping. Oh, sorry, I meant a 15 billion market cap, not 15 billion market cap around here. It came down to around a 10 billion market cap, as you can see right here. 10 billion market cap on August the 6th. August 6th. And then, in the span from August to November, it rallied from 10 to 78, $80 billion market cap. So in the span of 2 months, at the latter half of the cycle, it did a 7 to 8x in value. That's Solana we're talking about here. And let's face it, Solana has issues, whereas Kaspa solves. It's more secure than Solana. It doesn't go down like Solana does, and it's decentralized. Kaspa, by design, is better than Solana. Now, I'm not saying necessarily therefore outperform it, but the fact of the matter being is you've got projects like Solana, which is a massive project, which didn't pump until the end of the cycle, August, which will be a similar time frame. You take it into account, the release of smart contracts for Kaspa should be coming around that time frame, around August of 2025. So that is how much we can see a price of a project surge in a short time. But that's just one example. Let me give you a more, let's say, Cardano here. It had a cycle pump back here. I'm not going to count the cycle. Maybe it's a bit biased, but either way, just another example here. Cardano right now, currently number 9 coin market cap right now. It started its first pump, doing a little bit here and there. It was currently valued at about 5 billion around the end of December. Basically, last cycle, it was around a 5 billion market cap, and then started surging in the new year, January, jumping from 5 billion to 41 billion, peaking in August when Solana started pumping at around 89, 95 billion market cap. So we've seen Solana pump from August to November at the end of the cycle. We've seen Cardano have a good rally at the beginning of 2025, coming back down, then going to all-time highs near the end of the cycle once more. You can see again, Cardano's pump didn't happen until 2025. Let's look at Chainlink. Chainlink once more. Again, did quite a good pump here in 2020, in August, similar to Kaspa, because Kaspa made all-time highs on August 1st. August 17th here made all-time highs of 6.5 billion market cap, then came down and did nothing until the new year, where it broke all-time highs in the new year, 12th, and then surged to its all-time high value in May at 20 billion market cap. And for a final one, Litecoin being the other proof of work token here. Again, you can take it from the 2018 cycle, which you can do it from here. Once more, 2017 made all-time highs around September time, came down, and then started moving in November. Then you took it from the last cycle either way. It didn't start moving until, again, December time. So around this time now, and then it peaked in May once more. The point being here is 4 major projects, Chainlink, Litecoin, Cardano, and Solana, all didn't make any significant moves until the new year, until the year of the bull cycle, 2025 in our case here. And Solana in particular didn't move until the end, in the last 2 or 3 months of that cycle. So whereas Kaspa has made all-time highs in August and has had a very rough 4 months, Kaspa are still developing more and more. A hell of a lot of stuff are coming out. 10 blocks per second in 3 months. Smart contracts in 7 months or so. The KR will get involved then. You've got the INATBA potentially giving global forum to Kaspa to get access and talk to the likes of policymakers and regulators. You've got Grayscale considering Kaspa ETFs. You've got Marathon, first time ever being a Bitcoin only mining company diversifying into Kaspa. You've got Binance inevitably launching Kaspa in the new year. You've got many major catalysts coming out for Kaspa development-wise and retail adoption-wise. A lot coming to Kaspa. The price is not pumping yet, but we're not even in 2025. Now, that could mean we see Kaspa start pumping in the new year. Maybe it ends up being like Solana, not happening until August. But the whole premise of what I'm trying to tell you is don't be emotional, be logical. A lot of people right now are fighting Kaspa, and it's understandable. It's not making people money right now, and I get it. It's frustrating. There are multiple other ways to make money in this space, which is why I also created a free Discord server where you can go, check it out and learn more. But equally, I also created a paid server as well, where people are actively learning how to make money through trades. For example, we put a pick in on the 19th of December, so about 5 days ago now, at the 39k level, and it spiked and had gains up to $732,000 markup, a 25x in price. That's what we are providing. The pro traders are popping off right now. I provide a lot of very good picks. So far, I'm not going to be able to say this forever, but so far, we haven't had one unprofitable trade yet. It's been fantastic. So the pro traders are popping off right now. So those who want to actually learn how to make more money, the link is on my homepage, the free server, and equally the paid one here, which I'll put a link to in the chat. Also, it's in the description as well. But there are ultimately many more ways to make money in this space. But for me personally, this is a great opportunity for those who want to learn how to make more. Of course, Christmas time, I understand. People are ultimately just so focused on Kaspa and its negative price action. But my whole premise of this stream, and don't worry, we're not finished. We've got a lot more to talk about regarding crypto as well. And what's to come in the new year is Kaspa's price is struggling. But if you look at other projects, the big projects I'm looking at as well, who had their first cycles, or one of their first cycles, Solana, Cardano, Chainlink, Litecoin, all of those projects didn't pump until 2025, and some of them not until the latter half of 2025, the last part of the cycle. So Kaspa is not really performing any differently from other projects right now at all. They're performing better, if anything, because they've got all-time highs very aggressively, very early. It's cooling off now, and then therefore maybe see a later pump later on, but it's still got loads of time to pump based on their developments, based on also what's happening in this space. We've got a post here from Smoke on the 21st, so again, about 3 days ago now. There's an article put out from the Straits Times talking about digital assets expected to charge on in 2025, ultimately saying the current bullish sentiment on digital assets will reflect in prices in 2025 and will last for a while. This whole article here basically highlights the innovative and money flowing into the space following regulatory clarity that Trump will implement in the new year, potentially very early as well, as he gets inaugurated on the 20th of January, and it's meant to be Congress reconvening on the 3rd of January, which is about a week and a half from now. That could hopefully see the acceleration of the FIT 21 bill and stablecoin bills put into America. You'll see Paul Ackers getting involved as well. You've got posts like this, how once more you see more active industry participation in tokenized finance over the next 12 to 18 months. This was out in November. So we're merely months away now from seeing the future of finance closer than ever before, with institutional adoption coming in. The fact that ETFs have become and will continue to play a pivotal entry point for investors, institutional and retail, the more traditional retail in particular. And that's also why Kaspa right now is pretty struggling, because it's not got institutional adoption, not yet. But you've got Grayscale considering them, you've got Valet ETPs already launched, you've got Zodia, who has connected to 21 shares, has connected to Kaspa, so therefore you potentially see 21 shares launch Kaspa ETPs and ETFs. Marathon, again, their largest shareholders being BlackRock, they know of Kaspa as well. ETFs are very, very significant. They are a massive deal. In the months ahead, ETFs and structured products will continue to mature as demand for institutional investors goes up, and there will be more such products. In our view, ETFs have become and will continue to be a pivotal entry point for investors. The developments are happening at an accelerated pace. They're coming out more and more regulatory frameworks. You'll see such assets flood into space very, very quickly. Eric Boltonus, the senior ETF analyst, stated the next ETFs to follow after the Bitcoin and Ethereum combined ETF has already been confirmed by the SEC is likely Litecoin because it's a fork of Bitcoin, so it's a commodity, fair launch, or proof of work even. Then Hedera, because it's not had any regulatory scrutiny. Then Solana and XRP will probably follow quite soon afterwards with their regulatory clarity coming through from the SEC. But the point being, if a Litecoin is going to be considered, why wouldn't Kaspa be considered? Because again, it's just a proof of work, fair launch like Bitcoin. And Kaspa is better than Litecoin anyway. It's already a faster project in terms of hash rate. And the hash rate is actually getting better and better. It had a whole month of stagnation around here. From November to December, it had a massive drop off here. And now look, it's starting to do its whole rally thing again. So we're seeing more miners coming online. The hash rate improving more and more. Averaging now at 1.5 EH. The holders are not dropping off at all either, as we can see. 565,000 addresses that currently hold Kaspa. The adoption is not fading at all for Kaspa. It's getting better and better, which is very, very good. And once more, while it's struggling, we are still early, and I think we're still going to see a pump. You look at Kaspa and compare it to other projects. Kaspa to Solana, for example. We can see right now, Kaspa would have to reach about $4 to reach the same market cap as Solana. As all-time highs, it'd be about $5. I don't think Kaspa will necessarily flip Solana in this cycle. I think that's quite a lot to ask for, although Solana will definitely go higher in this cycle based on institutional adoption and ETFs. But I think Kaspa can potentially reach $4 this cycle. 5 would be amazing. I'm a bit skeptical on that part now. But as I've shown, again, you see how quickly this pump can happen at such a late stage. Kaspa's next cycle is going to be fantastic. I'm very strongly believe in that one. But even this one's still going to be very, very good. That's Solana. So let's look at Cardano, shall we? For Kaspa to reach the level of Cardano, right now, you'd have to see a $1.34 Kaspa. Easily achievable, in my opinion. Not financial advice, but I think it's very achievable. 11x from here. All-time high, $3.77. I think Kaspa could reach 4 potentially. For me, lowest case for me, Kaspa, I still think it could reach 2, which is 20x from here. I think that's possible. That put Kaspa at a 50 billion market cap. Again, Solana went from 10 to 70. Why couldn't Kaspa go to 50 from here? Once more, based on institutional adoption, will bring more liquidity into this market, more money into the market quicker than we can expect. Litecoin. Next is Litecoin. Litecoin, as we can see here, for it to reach the same price of Litecoin, we had to see a 32 cents Kaspa light work. And a $1.02 Kaspa to reach all-time highs of Litecoin. And Litecoin will get ETFs, so we'll see it go higher as well. I think Kaspa can surpass that as well. And the last one was Chainlink. Chainlink here had to reach 61 cents Kaspa, all-time highs, it's 87 cents. I think Kaspa can flip a lot of these projects in this cycle. I still believe Kaspa can be a top 10 based on the incoming developments. The fact that we're going to see stable coins come to Kaspa, which will be a massive surge of volume, therefore jumping from the major chains like Ethereum, like Tron, to jump onto Kaspa. Not all at one time, of course, let's be realistic. It will happen gradually, but it will be the shift necessary to see Kaspa start seeing more adoption and therefore increasing its use case, therefore increasing its price. There's a lot coming to Kaspa. And we're seeing posts like this from Kaspa Report here talking about the fact that Kaspa's price is just purely undervalued right now. In the TLDR of this massive article here, talk about the hash rate and the price. In conclusion, Kaspa is significantly undervalued right now, as evidenced by this extreme deviation below its hash rate implied value. It should be around 30 cents right now. It's not. It's being manipulated by exchanges. We can see right now the bigger control of volume for Kaspa is now MEXC again. Gate now close after that. Thankfully, BitGet and Bybit are taking up a lot of volume right now, but again, seemingly there's a bit of problems with exchanges right now withdrawing Kaspa from what I've heard. But once more, it's very undervalued right now, and once the downturn pressure abates, the price of Kaspa will surge significantly higher. Once the price is ready, once it breaks out, it'll go much higher. And then we even have posts like this from the Crypto Proselyte. Shout out to my man here. talking about why why sensitive resistance is what Kaspa's approach to it and why it matters in crypto. Why it's so big, the freedom to transact, protection against confiscation, immutable transactions, promoting financial inclusion. Ultimately, Kaspa's approach to blockchain technology is through its block DAG and ghost DAG consensus mechanism, which provides a robust framework for sensitive resistance. It's going to change this space. And whether you like it or not, institutions do know of this. They do know of this. That's why you're seeing the KRI get involved. That's why the KRI is so bullish on Kaspa. That's why 2025 is going to be a very interesting year for Kaspa. Crypto Aspect is talking about, opcodes. This is a uniform solution. Think of it as opcodes that allow anyone to run other unlimited opcodes while relying on the Kaspa consensus. They're going to create a space where anyone can, run their own opcode but relying on Kaspa's protocol as consensus. That's why Shai is saying Kaspa will be the endgame of L1s. For what they're building with a fair proof of work decentralized is going to be revolutionary. Kaspa is the endgame. The architecture we are targeting will allow for the ability to have multiple smart contracts stacked to coexist. That includes EVM, Ethereum virtual machines, i.e. Solidity. It just won't be Solidity alone. The goal is to bring all ecosystems together. It will be the ultimate platform. Once more, be realistic. It's not going to happen straight away. Kaspa's next cycle will be parabolic. I make no mistake about that. I'm very optimistic about that front. This cycle, you'll start seeing the great transfer. Of course, regarding to wealth in general, but in particular, in regarding to this shift from other chains to Kaspa's platform as they start to gain more market share. As they start to get more adoption based on their technology finally being available. 10 BPS and smart contracts being the two major ones. You'll see Dagonite in the next cycle or in the bear cycle. You'll see much more coming. And they also have this post here. Major banks like JP Morgan are investing heavily in ISO 20022 with returns expected by 2025. Now JP Morgan aren't necessarily investing into Kaspa, but again Kaspa are releasing Warp Core. Ultimately bringing ISO 2022 to Kaspa, bridging the gap with TradeFi, with Warp Core and Kaspa. So, you're seeing institutions actively backing blockchain technology, crypto technology, and Kaspa, while late, will end up gaining market share from these institutions when they put their backs behind put their money where their mouth is. They can't do it right now due to regulatory frameworks. When they come in, you'll see money flood in very, very quickly. How high? I can't attest to that, but you'll see it come in. It'll be very bullish, I like to believe. You'll see a lot more bullish momentum in 2025, and Kaspa, while late, as proven from the other projects, while it can be late, it still has a good chance to pump. It's their first cycle. First cycle crypto projects tend to always pump a Kaspa while struggling, still in the top 50 of crypto projects. It's still very, very relevant. And again, only Kraken right now deemed as a top tier exchange. You'll see banners come through very, very soon. And as I highlighted in my video yesterday, the Bitwise Asset Manager CIO Chief Investment Officer, Matt Hogan, talked about in the stream on Bloomberg about how the current pullback we just saw with crypto was healthy, it was fine, and the long-term holders are still intact. We're going to see a lot more money. It's very, very bullish, a strong bullish indicator for the market going into 2025 in the new year. And this is also what the pro traders in the executive channel spoke about of Bitcoin already, about how we can see Bitcoin rebound off this level of support at 92k, being there a high level of volume at this level. We will see a very bullish indicator for another leg up. And right now, it's still early doors, but right now we seem to be seeing that leg up, almost at 100k Bitcoin again, up almost 5% in one day for Bitcoin. So potentially we'll end up nearing all-time highs in the new year for Bitcoin again. Of course, time will tell, but either way, Pro Trader once more popping off, giving some very accurate analysis of what's happening in the market, and we seem to be coming to fruition. So those who wanted to long Bitcoin as level, it may have been a good shout. Effectively, what we were saying, it'd be not a bad opportunity to long Bitcoin here due to the volume. You can see it go much higher from here. And Kaspa right now, based on that momentum for Bitcoin, I think Kaspa equally has some bullish momentum coming through to it very, very soon. I do want to highlight something quickly. Before I answer some questions, I apologize, but I want to answer something quickly here. So, of course, Tangem recently released KRC20 to their wallet, to Tangem, which is very, very bullish, very big news finally happening. There's a lot of uncertainty around it because of the fact that apparently iOS were a little iffy with it, and Android apparently are still struggling. I'm not sure if it's fixed right now, but either way, those who are struggling, if you have iOS, I recommend you start on your phone and updating your Tangent on the app. Those who have Android, if it's not there yet, the newest update, it should be coming out, I'm sure, very, very soon. Ultimately, as they put here, KLC20 tokens are now live on Tangent. Update your app and let Tangent do what it does best. Protect your crypto with simplified hardware-grade security. So there will be updates coming out soon, so you can end up having protection of your assets, of your crypto, of your KLC20, and that'll be very, very big. But what I wanted to cover, this post in particular, was also a mistake that I made yesterday. I made a mistake yesterday. It's regarding KLC20, it's regarding Kango and Nacho. And shout out to the cheeky Ninja Crypto who, as he should have, called me out. And that's fine. I'm more than happy to be called out, and I'll take the blame for it, and I'll own up to my mistakes. My mistake I made yesterday was talking about Kango being more worrying or more scary, if you will, or less safe than Nacho. Full disclaimer, I like both projects. I do very much like both projects. But I mentioned that Nacho, because it's more decentralized, it has more holders, it's more safe. I mentioned about the fact that Nacho, into the holders, has considerably less holders in terms of like those who can manipulate the price of the token, right? And whereas Kango has more issues, like the fact that it has a 10.2%. I made a mistake. I didn't do my research. I own it up, and shout out to Cheeky Crypto who called me out, who let me know the ins and outs of what happened. Basically, this top wallet here is XT Exchange, but because remember, XT got hacked a while ago, their tag has now disappeared. That's why we don't know what this wallet is, but this is an XT wallet as confirmed, and I've checked this for myself in the Tangent, in the Kango Telegram. The Kango Telegram that has been disclosed there, I found it. And also Cheeky Nimble showed it to me as well. This wallet in here is a liquidity wallet, which has been put by the holders of Kango together on Wintermute. And Wintermute apparently are aiming to get the liquidity to build up onto major tier 1 exchanges. The likes of Gate apparently is in question. So the mistake I made was talking, while I didn't want to talk negatively about Kango, I probably let a little too much through. I like Kango, so it was unfair of me. Anyone who holds Kango, who deemed that as a negative, I apologise, that was not my intention. I have now been more informed, and as a result, therefore, I know better off now that Kango is a good project. I do like Kango, the volume's high. The holders may be much less than Nacho, but the holders are high, and Kango for me is one project. I mean, when I talk about the KL20 tokens that I like Kango, Nacho, Kaspa, Ghost, Conan, and Bert. And I'm sure there are many more that are up and coming. Those are my ones that if I had conviction in KLC20, those ones I'd be holding. Nacho is my favourite. Kango is probably my close second. And then Kaspa, Ghost, and so on and so forth. But either way, I apologise once more for that mistake that I made. And this is once more why I made my community. The free part in particular as well, where I have a community of everyone who is actually trying to learn more. And I learned. And I continue to learn more from that space. So again, shout out to everyone in there who is not afraid to speak their mind, because that's ultimately why I have that server there. And I'll make sure I'll do better in the future. If I'm not sure, I will simply state so. And equally, when it comes to KRC20, it may even be worth those who want to learn more joining the server and asking questions. I'm sure Cheeky Ninja is happy to answer questions because he's very, very in tune with the community. But either way, that is what I currently stand with that. So I apologise to Kango holders if I was too negative on that front. But either way, for me, now Kango's doing a lot of big things, and that'll be a big bolster. Hopefully the Wintermute goes very, very well. We can see some big exchanges coming to Kango very soon, sending its price hopefully much higher into the cycle. And Tangent is going to be a very, very big helper to KRC20 tokens as well. Now, seemingly, again, there seems to be problems for exchanges right now with Kaspa. Maybe it's because of Tangent, because a lot of people are now taking their KRC20 tokens off onto Tangent as expected. I just say it might happen. But apparently Kaspa transactions or withdrawals have been halted on exchanges according to what I have heard. I can't attest to that because I've not tried it myself. So if someone does have confirmation, please let me know. But either way, You know, we're going to see more of this stuff, I'm sure, in the future with capital price when it starts to rally. You'll see the volume go parabolic. And the way Caspar Silver puts it here, which I agree with, a reminder that holding Caspar is not just about possibly becoming rich with fiat, which is obviously what we want to be, but it's not the whole point. It's about exiting a corrupt fiat system. You know, the dollar, how it's utilized. You see printed money all the time that will continue to inflate for eternity. In the long run, Caspar would have looked so obvious to be allocating some of your worthless fiat into. That's why I hold Caspar. I hold Caspar for the price appreciation I see in the future and the cycle to come, but equally because it's a hedge. It's a diversification against the current system that we're in. That's what Bitcoin was meant to be. Protection of your asset decentralization against the corrupt global elites who only care about making themselves more money whilst taxing you and printing more money, making your money worthless. That is effectively what crypto is meant to be. That's what Bitcoin is meant to be, and that's what Casper is meant to be. That's the benefit of having a decentralized protocol, and that's why the likes of KRIs get involved, because decentralization gives you protection against the government overreach and also bad actors. Casper, I think, has a great chance to have a great run in this cycle based on other projects that had their first cycle, but equally because what Casper is going to be doing this cycle is revolutionary stuff we've never seen ever. Smart contracts on a proof of work, insane. 10 BPS, insane. Making it faster, if not as fast, as many other proof of stake projects. The likes of Solana, the likes of Ethereum, the likes of XRP, the likes of Cardano, Tron, AVAX, you name it. There's a lot coming to Casper once and more why I'm still very bullish on it. And these major exchanges know of that. Binance integration's done already with Casper. Coinbase, I'm sure will come in due time. OKX, inevitable in my opinion based on the fact that they're a venture of the KEF, Casper Ecosystem Foundation. You'll see the likes of Upbit, I'm sure. You see the likes of Crypto.com, I'm sure. You see Gemini. You'll probably see Robinhood as well in due time. You'll see ETS for Casper. Casper, for me, will get the adoption, and that will be a major move for Casper and its price action going forward. Good afternoon, Bingo Bango, and welcome back to the stream. And Nadhar, what's up, gang? Merry Casmas, you know it. Merry Xmas to you too, my man. Where do you see the price of Casper in February? It's a good question. Ultimately, it's too tough to say because it depends on multiple sentiments, right? Institutional adoption with Bitcoin and potentially with Casper. Potentially if we get Binance by the point as well, I don't know. 10 BPS, when we get the release of 10 BPS as well, there's so much to come that it's really hard to ascertain where Casper could reach. I would like to believe by February you could see potentially a 35 cents Casper. I'm strongly convinced we'll see an all-time high of Casper by February. I'm hoping to see at least an all-time high come February. I'm very confident in that front. Of course, time will tell. But either way, for Casper, for me in this cycle, I still think Casper can reach prices of $1.50, $2 in the cycle quite comfortably. And then go even more parabolic in the cycles to follow as well. What's up, Beams, man? Welcome back to the stream. Hello, mate. Great to listen to you again. If the power law is correct, the price would be peak next year at $1.30, $1.70, but 2027 it should be at $15, $20. I mean, yes, once more, power law is another good indicator for Casper and its price action, but again, it's not the be-all and end-all. It can help you get a gauge of where Casper price should be, but equally, Casper has been undervalued in accordance to the power law for a very long time now. Very long time. I use this as an indicator to understand where Casper price could be, but again, I don't choose it as a key indicator because again, for what's coming to this space, with institutional adoption being here for the first time, the price could go exponentially higher than we could possibly imagine. Are you going to sell your Casper and buy back in? I will be, yes. I have my take profit zones, but equally I'm also going to be analysing the market based on these sort of historical data and what's happening in the space and make my educational judgment on when is a good time to take profit with crypto projects. We may see a double top, we may only see one top, we may see it in the first quarter, we may see it in November. But I'll be analysing the market and making my own decision, and I'll be talking about it a lot more in my Discord server, the free one, but equally those who want to learn how to actually make more money, you also have the paid one in there where we're actually making a lot of big plays right now. And I'm sure we'll have some big things coming very soon. Once more, links are in the chat. Go check it out if you want to. Because I think big things are coming for crypto. Again, we've already done amazing things and there's going to be much more coming in the near future. And just to quickly touch on the executive section as well. Crypto Matt Kate here, which I do agree with. I'm not going to go fully into what he says, but he basically just talks about the fact that Casper pumps will be like heat-seeking missiles to shoot down for scam floors in 2025, ultimately highlighting there are some content creators which have now diversified away from Casper, which is understandable, and also then stating that he will likely, or those people will likely come back to Casper when the price is up, stating yes, I believe the product is going to be very good for a long time. Now I can't say that much, I can't attain to that much if they will do or not do that. I do want to ascertain that me, myself, I have always been very bullish on Kaspa, and I remain bullish on Kaspa, and despite this price correction, I've been doing streaming for over 4 months, almost 5 months now, and I have always stated that Kaspa's going to do well, despite that I've only ever been in a downtrend pretty much since I started doing my streams. Frustrating as a content creator, but I've never lost my conviction, I've lost my faith. I've stayed strong on my conviction the whole time, and I think we're going to see big things coming for Kaspa. And then also to mention this post here about the whole crypto influence, if they were honest, they talk about signing up to the Discord through their Patreon, through their WAPs for extortionate fees they'll be using to basically buy certain tokens and use you as extra liquidity. Now again, not naming names. I know who's referring to, I'm sure everyone here to an extent does know who they're referring to. And that's ultimately why on August 1st, when I started streaming, I made my free Discord server where everyone can have a community of people who are actively trying to learn more, a safe place to express your opinion and talk about Kaspa and crypto as a whole. And that's why, about a week ago now, I launched my own. I launched my own page on my own paid service where it's nowhere near as expensive. Extortionately less, in my belief. And equally, we're actually talking about analysis of the market, leverage trading, meme trading, whatever it may be, risk management, all stuff that people should understand and know more in this space. And the key part being is we want to build a community of people who are, I've done a good job, I think, of building up trust, and we want to keep that there. So we will never, ever be rugging on people. Not at all. We've already put in 5, 6, 7 trades already, being very open about, the strategy and what you should be doing and how to invest in it. And we have showcased already some considerable profit that has been made, again, 25x with XO Cortex. Insane gains from this project, and that's one of many that we've got into. And we are also talking about the fact that we made a 25x in this, but we're not dumping on people, because that's something that you shouldn't be done in this space. I think it's wrong. You're already getting money from people to learn more about the space, and you're using their money that they paid you to actually make more money off them. It's bent. It's really, really crooked. That's why I'm in this free server, to learn more about the space, and equally the paid server to want to actually make more money. While I would like you to trust that you will not have the risk of, being utilised as extra liquidity, because that's not what we're here for. We're here to build a community of people who want to learn how to make more money and keep the trust in this space, and understand that these sort of catalysts going into the new year will be exponential, to see even more money coming into the market and even more opportunity to be made through trading and through other aspects. Information that some of it I only provide on that server because of how important it is. There's a lot of big things coming for it. And Kaspa, for me, is one that, while struggling, will have a very, very healthy, potentially explosive surge in the latter half of 2025. Potentially start seeing some early signs in the early half of 2025 with 10 BPS coming out, tier 1 listings coming out. But into the latter half of smart contracts, you could see very much. I would not be surprised to see a Solana-like pump. You see Kaspa probably going up to about maybe 15 billion market cap or something like that from here, maybe 10, maybe only a 3x from here. And then latter half of the cycle in the last few months, if you do end up in November again, we see a jump to 50 billion market cap. At least $2 therefore. Following smart contracts, following developers jumping on board, following KRI, following retail flooding in, aping in. So a lot is coming to this space. Are you a football fan, by the way? I am, yes. As you're talking about American football, I do watch it on occasion. And I do like it. I don't have a team I support. But, I do enjoy American football from time to time. Into the other sports, I do watch a lot of basketball. I'm a very big NBA fan. I idolise Russell Westbrook. I think he's an incredible player. I started watching when he started going through his triple-double season. Insane stuff. Historic stuff. I have mates of mine who can support Golden State Warriors, watching Steph Curry, and I think it's incredible. I mean, yeah, I watch that. I do play a bit of basketball as well, and I got into basketball because of watching the NBA. So I watch NBA quite a bit, and equally then football, or soccer for those who say it wrong. Football, yes, I do watch football. I watch it once a week. I support Chelsea, and they're having a very good season right now. Of course, they are not in the Champions League due to last season, but I do watch that. I watch it, either the highlights or catch the game once a week. I watch the World Cups, all that stuff, Euros again. I do enjoy my sports, very much so. Pionex US doesn't let me withdraw my Kaspa. Okay, that is interesting, my man. I can't say as to why. I know that it's seemingly a problem with exchanges right now. What I'll do is I reach out to them and find out why. They have a support page, I'm sure. Reach out to them and ask why I'm not able to withdraw my Kaspa, and they should hopefully get you a response. I did see a post about it actually from someone stating that there is an issue right now with Pionex, and there has been a case in the past where it has taken a very long time to sort out. I think even months. Reach out for them yourself, and I pray you can get that sorted very, very soon. And then I guess when you have the opportunity to do so, probably put in a Tangent wallet, my man. Sup, Greg? Sup, QC? Merry Christmas Eve. You know it, my man. Welcome back to the stream. Hope you have a very, very good day, and a Merry Christmas Eve to you too, my man. I am going to translate that because, trying to remain... I want to be inclusive to everyone, even though I don't speak... I'm guessing that's Portuguese. Just bear with me one moment. Detect language. Hug from Portugal, Kaspa. Yeah, Portuguese. Yeah, hug from Portugal, man. Welcome back to the stream. Hope you're having a very, very good day. The comparison with ADA and Solana makes sense, but remember the VCs like Hutchinson were all the time on TV during the last cycle and put the price up for the normies, and Jonathan Polinsky won't be there for Kaspa. You're completely right, Beams. You are right. The benefits of the likes of Solana and ADA and Cardano is the fact they had VC backing. Kaspa's not got that. Kaspa, though, in the benefit, no VC backing, yes, fair enough proof of work, but it will have institutional developments and adoption, in my belief, in this cycle, based on the fact that we're seeing institutions for the first time ever enter this cycle, which is huge, huge news. First time ever enter this cycle, and we're going to see ETFs coming out for crypto as a whole, setting the whole market going parabolic much higher with regulatory frameworks, and I think Kaspa will get one as well. I'm very optimistic about it getting one. Maybe late, but I think it'll still get one. Again, Grayscale considering them, Valor already launched ETPs, more connections as well to the SEC chairman, the new one. And yes, the developers of Kaspa are very standoffish. The media element of Kaspa, getting this name out there, is not as great as other projects, but I think the developments will speak for itself, and that'll bring the adoption in. And again, the KRI, they are acting as market makers to help Kaspa's name get out there. So I think the KRI is going to do a very, very good job helping Kaspa get out there more and more as well. But I do agree, yes, therefore you may see a bit more lackluster. That's why I said, if let's say Kaspa is a Solana of last cycle into the price action, right? Of course, it's a better project. But if you say it in that regard, then went from 10 billion to 70 billion, or 80 billion, so 8x from here. Kaspa maybe only goes from, maybe like 5 or 10 to only 50, which again, still in conjunction with my price target, my belief and hope that we see at least a $2 Kaspa. Again, could be wrong, not financial advice, but I think Kaspa, while struggling, I've showcased here 4 major projects in this space that equally all had laboured runs until 2025 or till 2021 to their first cycle. They didn't start pumping necessarily in 2024. They started pumping late. The best example, arguably, is Chainlink, which pumped up to 6.5 billion in August, like Kaspa, then came down, like Kaspa did, and then leveled out around here, going into January, where then in January, early January, mid-January, then broke all-time highs. And in mid-January, you're going to see a lot of FOMO coming with Trump coming into office very, very soon. So that might drive Kaspa up as well. So potentially you see a repeat of Chainlink with Kaspa, reaching these sort of price targets up here. It might do that in May, coming to 20 billion, which would put it at around a 40 cents Kaspa, if I'm not mistaken, give or take there. If 50 billion is $1, then yeah, about 40 cents Kaspa. You'll see it probably correct. Again, this is just speculation, but I think it's possible. And then you'll see the smart contracts come out, and that's in its price a hell of a lot higher. What's up, DD? Welcome back to the stream. Hello, everyone in QC. I wish you all a happy holiday. Family pump, a small pump for Bitcoin, and more dips after. Buying Kaspa into Android, thanks to Tangent. Okay, so Android seems to be working now. That's fantastic news that Tangent is now on Android, so everything's now good. So you can get your KRC20 off those exchanges right now. Seem to be struggling with Kaspa, and get it onto your cold storage wallets, your safekeeping. Great to hear. Keep spinning the name of Kaspa. You know it, OD. 100% always going to be here. I still stand strong on my case for Kaspa, and I'm Kaspa Maxi, of course, and there's a little bit of maybe mental illness. Some say I've got mental illness right now, being so bullish on Kaspa, but I believe in it, and I continue to believe in it, and I will never stop believing in it. No problem. Android, great to him, my man. Once Binance will come, everything will change. 100%. Just seeing some more questions. While I'm thankful to all your bullish news about the overall crypto industry, I disagree with it when it comes to Kaspa. Kaspa will not partake in the historic bull run. If any, there will be very underwhelmingly. Yeah, I do understand the sentiment behind that. Again, I do very much understand the belief that Kaspa will not do anything this cycle because of how lackluster the price action has been. But that's once more why I'm highlighting all of this news here. Solana did nothing in its first cycle in 2021. So in 2020, which therefore would be 2024 this year, it did absolutely nothing. and then only started pumping in February of 2021, which would therefore be February 2025 for us. That's when it started pumping and then jumped up in August. But everyone was fading Solana back then, and look where it's at right now. People said Solana was dead back here as well, and look where it's at right now. Kaspa's struggling right now, but just because it's struggling doesn't mean the project is dead. You're seeing institutional adoption here for the first time. It's going to be the biggest, most volatile market of our life. And Kaspa has enough bullish tensions behind it to where it will still likely catch the bull cycle. I do agree it may be underwhelming because some people believe it will only, some people who are hoping to see $10 Kaspa. While possible, I think it's extremely unlikely. I think it's way too moonboy. That put Kaspa at a, what, $150 billion market cap, give or take, I think. Yeah, $150 billion market cap. I think that's way too high for Kaspa this cycle. I think 50 billion is attainable. I think it's very attainable from here. We're in a historic bull run right now. Most definitely, you're right in that part, as proven in all these sources that I showcase here. And the driver for Kaspa will be the institutional adoption, to which it has none yet, but it will be getting some. Again, the INATBA will be putting Kaspa, is nominated Kaspa as the best DeFi project for 2025, in part of one of 6. And that also then puts Kaspa in a global forum to get access to regulators and policymakers talking to them, which is huge news. You'll see in the grayscale considering Kaspa for ETFs. Again, ETFs that come for Kaspa, you'll see institutional adoption to Kaspa. Marathon, diversifying away from just Bitcoin only to Kaspa, again, is to showcase that BlackRock, Wall Street, trillion asset managers are looking at Kaspa, therefore. The problem is Kaspa's price action is very lackluster, and people therefore say Kaspa cannot do very, very well. And while I understand that sentiment, while I analyse all the news coming for Kaspa and that we already have and what is likely to come in the cycle, I personally have the belief, again, could be wrong, not financial, but I have the belief that Kaspa will just be late, but it will still catch the cycle. And I still think $2 is possible. Only putting at 50 billion right now, which again, we've seen Solana jump from 10 to 70, 80 even. We've seen Chainlink jump from, in the run-up where it's at right this point time right now, went from 5 to 20. So, I mean, that's not as high. That will be underwhelming for Kaspa, definitely. You've seen the likes of Litecoin, from this cycle here, jump from, 3 billion market cap on the 11th of January up to 23 again. So that's, again, that would not put Kaspa very high market cap wise, but you just seen the growth of 3 billion to 23 billion. That's a massive growth there. It's had a potential gain. Then you got equally the likes of Cardano again. Cardano, which went from, 3 billion to 10 billion in the span of 2 months. And then you saw a jump from 10 billion in the new year, 25th of January, up to 100 billion almost. These are projects that, again, Chainlink and Litecoin are small projects in comparison to the likes of Solana and Cardano. They had the VC backing, as Beams mentioned, which again I agree with. But Kaspa, as much as it has got the VC backing, the KI will be market makers for Kaspa getting its name out there with smart contracts, getting more of the projects out there to institutions like Shell, like DHL, like Hyundai, and many, many more banks and stuff like that, manufacturer companies like that. And you'll see a lot of adoption coming to the space. And I think Kaspa's going to attain some of that based on its developments. It'll come late, but I think Kaspa's going to have a decent growth in the cycle. Again, my bearish is $2. I could be wrong, but I think Kaspa's still going to do well. It just would be late. But of course, I have to wait and see. Time will tell. And once more information that I'll be disclosing and talking about more so in my server. Right now, the funds are all-time highs. I'm reading it. Some of it I'm applying to. Some of it, like, you know what? I'll let them stew in it for a little bit. But these streams daily is my FOMO for you all to say that while the price of Kaspa is struggling, and have been struggling for a year, that is nothing new to crypto. Nothing new at all. We've seen it multiple times. Kaspa's no different in that regard. But Kaspa is different for what it's building, and when that comes out and that sees the institutional investment coming in, you'll see it go much higher. Right now, only 7% of the population in the world is in crypto. That's going to jump to 80 in the years to come. This cycle will probably jump to 10. You'll see a lot of people get into crypto, and that will also cause Kaspa to surge in price. You'll see Binance coming soon, and that, honestly, if I'm honest, I don't think it'll do a lot for Kaspa because people are very, very worried about Kaspa right now. So they think, Binance will do amazing. Binance will pump it a little bit, and people are like, Kaspa's dead now. And it'll crash. Or not crash, but it won't do much. I think there's a good possibility. Again, for me, there's no in between. Either Binance does a massive thing for Kaspa, everyone comes back to Kaspa and believes in it again, or it won't do much at all, and everyone's like, the project's just gone now. Which is very possible. Again, I wouldn't be surprised about it. But for me, it doesn't take away from the fact that you'll see a major adopter of Kaspa, more ways to get hold of Kaspa through retail, and you'll see developments coming in Kaspa to make it surge in value based on, again, 10PS, smart contracts, KRI, Grayscale, Zodia, Marathon, much more coming for Kaspa in the cycle. When do you think stablecoins will be on Kaspa? The fees are low on the Kaspa ecosystem. It will be good when taking profits. A good question, my man. I can't say for sure. There was an announcement made out recently about an update coming to the testnet 10. Right here. Version 2.03 ready for testnet 10, which these new ops are crucial for smart contracts. So that could potentially see smart contracts come out to Kaspa very, very soon. I think you see a lot more coming through with 10 BPS and smart contracts. Not smart, again, stablecoins, not smart contracts. So this is crucial for stablecoins, and it's out on testnet 10 already. So in due time, you might start seeing it trickle in a little bit, but I think you'll see much more adoption when you see 10 BPS and smart contracts come out. And then the KRI also launching their stablecoin, then Kaspa native stablecoin on their platform. But I think you'll see stablecoins coming to Kaspa this cycle. And when are we going to take profits? I mean, my take profit zones right now is I'm not taking anything below $1 Kaspa. And then I've got $1.50, $2, so on and so forth. But again, I'm also going to be analysing the market. If Kaspa, for whatever reason, touch wood, doesn't reach $1 and only reaches like 40 cents, which I think is unlikely, but let's say it just it only reaches that, I'll be taking profit at 40 cents and then DCAing back in the bear cycle. I'll be analysing the markets, these sort of indicators here, the CPI and everything else, to create my own trading strategies, which I'll be disclosing in the servers, in the community, to devise my trading strategy to where I think it'd be a good time to take profit. No worries about capital price action at all. It's staying above the 50% Fibonacci, and it's still in a positive support. Trend zone, stay positive, make up to you all. And yeah, in regards to TA as well, things like Kaspa are still looking decent. Again, it's holding strong at the level of support right here. Bitcoin is starting to rally again, which is very, very bullish. Hopefully, we'll see the price follow in suit in due time. What's up, Stephen King? What about the stream, my man? I've been hearing rumors that they can have stablecoins for smart contracts. They can do. They can create stablecoins for smart contracts. They can do. I'm sure we'll see it very, very soon. But yeah, I love the positivity as well, Mila. Sent all my primary accounts into Tangent during the live yesterday. Thank you for the news, QC. You're welcome, my man. Hopefully it's done very well for you. Strong conviction in Kaspa ecosystem as a whole. It's great stuff to hear. It's unbelievable that Kaspa is the worst performing coin in the top 100. Simply unbelievable and disappointing. I agree. It's very frustrating. Very frustrating. But the same thing with Solana here. That was underperforming all here as well. When the bull market was going parabolic. Everything was pumping here. Chainlink was pumping. Cardano was pumping at this time. Cardano was pumping here when Solana was doing nothing. Same thing with Link here. Same thing with Litecoin here. But Solana came late and then did amazing. I think Kaspa could do something similar. you miss Paluski right now. I have no idea, my man, but sure. In the past, my Pinex US Kaspa took 2 to 3 weeks to be withdrawn. Almost sure it's similar to for all currencies they offer. Kraken is much faster. I mean, there you go. And you could use Kraken if you want to. I think Kraken's very good, especially for the US market. Why does Binance wait with the Kaspa listing so long? Why didn't they simply have it listed already? Or why they don't list it tomorrow, for example? I can't say for sure, my man. I have no information on why they're not listed Kaspa. Apparently, SimCity says they could have listed it before the end of the year, but something went wrong. I can't say as for why, but we do know the connections are there. You've got the Web3 wallet, Binance and Trust Wallet, both on CoinMarketCap and Binance's website with Kaspa. Very British. You've got Binance attending the booths at the Australian convention for Kaspa. You've seen Roy O'Neill confirm the integration's done. You've seen Kaspa have multiple meetings with Binance's team, with other Binance members, with the Chaos 20 Circles of Nacho and Conan also speaking on Binance Live. There are so many connections to Binance and Kaspa that it is going to happen. Why, I can't say for sure, but it is going to happen. How can a tier 1 buy the coins on the market when almost 25 billion Kaspa is already out there? It's a very good question. I can't. How can the tier 1s buy the coins from the market when almost 25 billion Kaspa is out there already? I can't say for sure, my man. I don't know. I can't say for sure right now. I can't say for sure. I'm not particularly sure about that, my man. One thing I am sure about, though, we are seeing exchanges while, seemingly struggling with Kaspa, or, seemingly manipulating after Kaspa, we are seeing exchanges buying more and more of it. Gate's been stacking up for a while now. After dripping down to 1, it dropped down to 140 million at like about 2-3 weeks ago, and now it's been constantly building more and more. It's almost like an Aquaman again for Gate, which is insane. You're seeing the likes of, this wallet here is meant to be KuCoin's wallet. It's not moved really at all. Mexi's wallet here, you know, that's been getting more and more. Flipping their old wallet here, which was used to be Aquaman wallet here. Big Get and Bybits here as well. I'm sure one of these wallets here is probably XT's one, based on the fact they got hacked. Therefore, their tag doesn't show up anymore. But either way, there's a lot of exchanges now seemingly getting involved with Kaspa. And typically what you tend to understand and see, to my understanding, is when exchanges start to build up the allocation more and more of a certain project in preparation to seeing another major move for a project coming soon. Because they want to make sure they make money off it and have the liquidity there to support when the price should pump. So potentially they're preparing for a Binance listing themselves. Again, that's speculation, but that's typically what you understand about exchanges. They all talk to each other, right? Maybe we see a TPS before Binance listing. Potentially, there is a conversation to be made, an argument to be made that 10 BPS being a hard fork can cause complications to exchanges. You know, with the upgrade, you can see problems happening, and you know that may cause issues. Now, Kaspa are working diligently with exchanges right now, including Binance, because again, they need to make sure that testnet 11 works with them so they can make their migration successful. And Binance has a futures contract with a futures exchange with Kaspa and also a mining pool, so they have to make sure it works. But there's a good argument to be made that 10 BPS will happen before the Binance testing because, again, the hard fork will be over, and that may cause less complication with Binance in particular. Because they have to launch the project beforehand, a spot listing beforehand, they then have to do the test of the spot listing for Kaspa on the exchange with testnet 11, 10 BPS, when it's about to come out. So, again, we might see it after the 10 BPS. It's not out of the possibility, but I'm sure we will see it in the cycle, and that will hopefully be a cornerstone central piece for helping Kaspa start to actually see some good movement in the bull cycle of 2025. I mean, we're in it right now, but the 2025, that year, we'll see some more movement for Kaspa. I'm confident that much. And in the meantime, while Kaspa's struggling, I put up my Kaspa bag continuously as I can. Right now, I'm not, although I plan to put some more in after the Christmas season. If you're still down these prices coming into New Year, I'll definitely put some more in. But in the meantime, right now, I'm obviously, like I mentioned, making money through other projects. Again, shout out to the pro traders in the Coin Factory here. We're going to be soonly starting these weekly live streams where we can get some actual analysis here. And we're going to see, and we're already doing these real-time buy sell alerts, all the stuff, you know, that's very important to note. We're talking about it in the executive channel, and we're actively making money for that. Again, we made a 2x in like a few hours from one project, which was this one, EcoFuck right here. We made a 2x in that one very, very quickly, where you mentioned it down here, and it pumped up here, 36 to 120k, and then we also mentioned, as I mentioned earlier, a 25x in this project here. We mentioned it down here at 33k, and it jumped to 750k. So we're actively making money through other means, and for me, the money I make, I'm putting more into Kaspa, putting a little bit more into Kaspa, as the price is very, very good right now. Right now, I'm holding off. I'm just building up my allocation more. I'm putting more in the new year. But again, that's sort of stuff we're talking about more and learning more in the server. So again, if you want to go check it out, links in the description, in the chat, as I'm putting right now, and also my homepage, where you can learn how to actually make more money and a lot more. And again, if you just want a community to chill and chat and learn more about, physical server also right here. And ultimately, the premise is just buckle up for 2025. 2025 is going to be huge for Kaspa. Crypto as a whole, but Kaspa in particular as well, is going to be huge. What's coming to the space, as sources suggest already, is bullish sentiment on digital assets will reflect in prices in 2025. There's a lot of bullish sentiment behind Kaspa. Retail's flooding it, but institutions are bullish on it. Again, remind you, Marathon, bullish on Kaspa. Hence why they're mining Kaspa now. You got Grayscale, considering Kaspa ETFs. You wouldn't do that if you thought the project was bad. You wouldn't. You got Zodia, partner with Kaspa, who has therefore 21 shares as a partner as well. You've got KRI, who've openly stated that we need Kaspa. We need Kaspa to launch our projects that we want to launch with decentralization at scale. They need Kaspa. So there's a lot of bullish sentiment behind Kaspa in particular, and that will reflect in its price in 2025. The hash rate also will reflect in its price in 2025. You'll see the price rise and match, if not surpass, the hash rate in 2025 in due time, I'm sure. And Kaspa's technology is so unique. Again, Marathon, Fred Thiel, CEO of Marathon, stated that they have a lot of belief and they think Kaspa technology is very, very interesting, very good. You know, again, trading on discretion, do your own research. But for me, Kaspa is the future of decentralized finance. It is going to be the end game of L1s, as Shai mentioned, and it's going to go so much higher based on the developments. Warp Core, again, be a huge thing. That's going to be coming out with smart contracts in 2025. ISO 2022 and JP Morgan are heavily investing in ISO 2022 right now, expecting huge returns next year. The information, once the connections are there. So Kaspa price is down, but same thing we said other projects as well, it'll come back. I'm sure it'll come back. I'm sure 2025 will be big for Kaspa. The FUD will get louder and louder and louder. The conviction is going to be harder and harder to maintain. And if you want to get out, again, your decision, get out to it. I'm not telling you to hold Kaspa. I'm simply just saying I'm not going to sell Kaspa. Not yet, because I believe there's going to be a big pump coming for it in the new year. I think it's going to go higher from here. It's definitely making all-time highs this cycle, surpassing that 20 cents very comfortably in my belief. And it could reach $2. I think it should reach $2 this cycle at the minimum. Not financial advice, of course, based on what's coming and based on the sort of pub we've seen at other cycles in their first cycles. Cardano reaching 100, Solana reaching 70. Chainlink and Litecoin only reaching 20 in comparison, which even then from now that I put Kaspa at a 8x from here. So again, I think it's possible, but of course time will tell. Just got a new well, just joined. Did we? I can't see it right here unless you're talking about someone just joining the chat. But I mean, yeah, I mean, we're going to see more and more people start jumping to Kaspa in due time as well, I'm sure about to be seeing again the adjusted going up. That was 565,000, now it's 566. We're seeing more people start getting to Kaspa. It's a very, very big deal. I think that TMPS will get to the centralized exchanges first and then release to the public. If TMPS get to the public first, a lot of exchanges will have problems. I mean, yeah, that's typically what happens. You'll see TMPS go to the exchanges first so they can actually handle it and test it out and support it, and then that'll come to the public. I agree that'll probably happen, but it'll be, I think, quite close time frame wise, but it will happen, probably exchanges first. I think that's a decent theory. Maybe things already moving, and that's why Kaspa is suspended on exchange potentially as well. Again, that's the theory as well put in the chat. Maybe it's 10 BPS happening, that's why it's suspended right now. Maybe it's the KLC20 tangent thing causing a lot of people to take their stuff off their exchanges to put it in there. Again, both are definitely possible. Archetype said that Sui is already faster than Kaspa with 10 BPS. I will have to look into that myself. I have to look at how fast Sui is. I can do a quick search on it actually. How many TPS is Sui? I mean, Sui right now is faster. So apparently Sui had the potential to handle over 120,000 TPS. So apparently Sui is significantly faster than the likes of other prominent blockchains. If it can do 120,000, if it can do 120k TPS, that's insane. Then yes, but Kaspa also prioritizes high throughput like Sui, and Sui's theoretical maximum TPS is considerably higher. However, it's what it can actually do. Sui's TPS is theoretically is 120k. That's very, very high, but can it actually handle that sort of level without getting congested? Because Kaspa can handle over 1 BPS right now. It just gets congested. We saw it when the release of KRC20, the release of the re-release of KRC20 and the launch of KDAO. It surpassed 1 BPS. It got to 1,000 TPS. I think it got to 3 BPS, something like that, 1,000 TPS or whatever, but it got congested. So theoretically, Sui can do more, but can it handle that? And again, the benefit of Kaspa, again, being it's decentralized, that also is a boon to Kaspa, why it has an advantage over Sui. Sui is centralized, it's got VC backing. It's meant to be the Solana of last cycle, right? So it's already doing well. I see Sui potentially reaching $10 a cycle. I do hold Sui. I got into it at $1.08, so I'm already quite happy on Sui, but I'm not holding it long term. I hold it this cycle and then sell. And I'll probably put the profit into Kaspa because I think Kaspa's got a lot better trajectory for it. Because Kaspa, when it reaches 10 BPS, it can surpass that with the more developments, but equally it can surpass it on 10 BPS, but it can handle that. The whole promise of saying 10 BPS, so 3,000 TPS, it can do that. It's saying it can handle that comfortably with no problems. It can overclock it, but it'll just be an unnecessary risk to take, at least at the current point in time. But I'm sure you'll see more developers making Kaspa faster in the near future. They want to do 100 BPS, which I think is indeed possible. Sui is centralized, and regardless, Kaspa is extremely fast for this. I mean, yeah, Kaspa is the fastest decentralized. Kaspa is the fastest proof of work in the space, and with 10 ppm, it'll be able to compete with many other projects in this space, many other ones, the likes of Solana and Ethereum, and probably not Sui, at least Sui theoretically, but again, it comes down to its utilization. I don't think Sui again is, for my knowledge, being utilized the same way Solana is for memes. It's becoming literally the Solana of last cycle. But Kaspa is going to be utilized for actual real world developments as well. Again, I've not looked too much into Sui, so I can't attain to what they're trying to actually build. But Kaspa also has memes on it as well. But they've got the KI to build them actual projects on their chain when they get smart contracts. They're going to be coming through next year. The balance listing is an international. This is international, and no one will say that the market is not manipulated. You just have to be realistic, in my opinion. When the game's complete, we all flush bingo bango. Yes. I mean, when the games are done, yes, you'll see a lot of people just taking the money out, I'm sure, yes. If that's what you're trying to get to, yes, you'll see a lot of people just take out of Kaspa when the game's done. You'll see, with a balanced listing, you'll see Kaspa price probably rally. With the FOMO, sell the news, will come back down, and then we'll see where it goes from there. Sui may be faster, but it also has outages, decentralized, low. I mean, yeah, again, Sui, we've seen multiple situations already where Sui has gone down. Kaspa has not gone down. It's not gone down. And Solana is the same thing as well. Also has it can't be utilized as an effective blockchain platform for the real world. If it goes down that much, it's worse than Swift. The Solana of last cycle, indeed, including the outages too. That said, I still hold some Sui, still money to be made. Exactly, yeah, Greg, you're completely right. Same thing as me. I don't think Sui is I think Sui's got good money to make. That's why I hold it. But I'm not bullish on it. I just think it's a good way to hedge the bets. I will put a picture of the well joining the Discord channel chat. Oh, is that so? Is that so? I'm looking for it right now. Oh, yes, I see. Yes, great fun, my man. Yeah, I see that. A new well. I mean, yeah, more people building up more and more Kaspa. We'll see more and more coming through, I'm very, very sure. Again, the adoption for Kaspa is still very, very early, and the hash rate is rising higher, a very bullish indicator, and equally the holders are rising higher. Two of the key reasons why I don't believe Kaspa is going to do bad with the cycle, because the adoption is still very much here. The price is down and people are getting bearish on it, but if the addresses keep building up and the hash rate keeps going up more and more, that's a sign that the project's not dying. The price is bad, but they're not dying. There's still a lot of belief in the project. So do your own research, don't be emotional, be logical, and again, come chill chat and learn more on the Discord server, man. We talk about Kaspa a lot. I have a lot of information in there about Kaspa, helping you build your conviction. Do these streams daily as well. And if you choose to want to learn how to actually make more money, you go check out the Discord server, the executive channel here, where we're trying to build a community of trust and hopefully try and actually make more money. But that being said, hope you have a very, very good day. Christmas Eve. I'll be here tomorrow on Christmas Day. I can't attest to what time, probably be, I want to say around 3 p.m. UTC, give or take. I'll put an actual announcement in my Discord server tomorrow about what time I'm going to be streaming. But I will be streaming on Christmas Day. Hope to have to see some of you there. But I understand if you are busy with family, I will be busy myself with family. But I'm going to sneak away to get some time to give you your daily FOMO of Kaspa and crypto. But that being said, thank you all once more for watching. Have a good day, good evening, good night. If you like the stream, be doing these daily, leave a like, share with your friends, subscribe for more. And I'll see you all